Ever felt that amazing relief when checking your bank account? Not with dread, but with a smile? When buying groceries doesn't mean ramen for a week? There's a specific financial point where this shift happens. It's not the $1 million or six figures financial gurus often preach. There's a much smaller, yet incredibly transformative milestone. Hit this, and your entire relationship with money changes. That number is $20,000. I'm Alpacadabra, and I delve into financial psychology, understanding why some build wealth effortlessly while others remain stuck. If you seek the real mechanics of wealth, not just hope, hit subscribe and like this video if it shifts your perspective. Before we unpack $20,000, consider, how do you picture wealth building? Trust fund kids? Grinding away dollar by dollar? Wealth building isn't what most think. There are invisible financial thresholds. Cross them, and the rules of the game fundamentally change. $20,000 is the first major threshold, separating those who build significant wealth from those stuck paycheck to paycheck. Most don't even know it exists. Imagine pushing a heavy boulder uphill. Getting it started is the hardest. Then, momentum builds, and it crests, rolling effortlessly down the other side. $20,000 is that turning point. Before, it's uphill. After, gravity works in your favor. But the real magic isn't just mathematical. It's not just more money or larger returns. The true transformation happens in your brain. This will likely surprise you. Without savings, your brain defaults to survival mode. Fear and scarcity drive every financial decision. You take any job, stay in bad situations. Your mental bandwidth is consumed by immediate threats, like planning a vacation while your house is on fire. No room for growth. But crossing that $20,000 threshold is remarkable. Your brain gains space. Instead of, how do I survive? You ask, how can I grow this money? You shift from reactive crisis management to proactive wealth building. Vanguard research shows just $2,000 in emergency savings boosts well-being by 21%. $2,000, less than a vacation or a laptop. Yet this small buffer creates a massive psychological shift, moving you out of pure survival. Extend that emergency fund to 3 to 6 months' expenses, typically around $20,000, and you get another 13% well-being boost. Crucially, you now have the breathing room to think about wealth building, not just preservation. Now the math gets exciting. Saving $1,000 monthly at an 8% return. Your first $20,000 takes about 19 months, a year and a half of discipline and sacrifice. It's tough. Many give up. But here's the mind-blowing part. Your second $20,000 doesn't take another 19 months. It takes only 17 months. Why? Your initial $20,000 is now working alongside your contributions, generating its own returns. Compound interest kicks in. Same effort, same savings, same risk, but 2 months shaved off. Your money is now doing more of the heavy lifting. The third $20,000 shrinks even more, and at higher numbers the acceleration is almost comical. At $400,000, you gain $20,000 in just 5 months. That first $20,000 felt impossible. Every milestone after gets progressively easier. It's not secret investments, it's basic math. Invest $1,000, 10% growth is $100. Invest $10,000, same 10% growth is $1,000. Same investment, same time, vastly different profit. This is why $20,000 is a turning point. Before, returns felt insignificant. $200 on $2,000 isn't life-changing. But $2,000 on $20,000? Now we're talking. $1,600 flowing in annually from $20,000 at 8% without lifting a finger. It's not sophisticated strategy. Anyone can use the same index funds, brokerages. The only difference is scale. Scale turns small percentages into real progress. But here's what most people miss, and it's perhaps the most crucial point. Saving $20,000 rewired your brain. You built the most important financial habit. This isn't self-help nonsense. It's practical. Think about what it takes to save $20,000 from zero. Unless you're earning huge or living rent-free, it requires serious discipline. Tracking dollars, saying no, resisting impulse buys. And most importantly, doing it consistently for months or years. You proved you can control money, not be controlled by it. You became someone who delays gratification. That's a life skill. This identity shift impacts every future financial decision. Before $20,000, a $4 coffee was mental gymnastics. After, you don't sweat small stuff. You've proven you can make big sacrifices. Another psychological shift. You start seeing opportunities, not just threats. When broke, unexpected expenses are disasters. Car repairs, laptop dying, rent increasing are emergencies. But with $20,000, they're minor inconveniences. Annoying, not catastrophic. Your car needs repairs? Annoying. Laptop dies? Upgrade? Rent goes up? Negotiate? Or find a better place. Even better, you notice opportunities you couldn't before. A friend's business needs investors? You can now consider it. A rental property deal? You can run the numbers. A career conference? You can weigh the ROI. Money gives you options. This is what money goes to money means. Not cosmic conspiracy, but having options creates more opportunities to make money. Another shift around $20,000. You care less about small expenses, more about big ones. Sounds backwards, right? When broke, you obsess. Name brand cereal or generic? $3 coffee or homemade? Premium gas or regular? Every dollar feels precious. With a solid financial foundation, these micro-decisions are irrelevant. $3 coffee versus homemade is maybe $1,000 annually. Not life-changing. What matters are big decisions. Where you live, what you drive, how much you save, where you invest. These swing your net worth by tens of thousands. Instead of organic bananas, you focus on housing costs, income maximization, and investment strategy. This shift is liberating. It frees up mental bandwidth for decisions that truly matter. You stop sweating small stuff and start thinking strategically about wealth. Now, let's discuss your career once you hit this milestone. This is where things get truly interesting. Having $20,000 saved changes your relationship not just with money, but with work. Paycheck to paycheck traps you in any job. Terrible boss, toxic co-workers, mind-numbing work. You can't leave because you need that next check. Weak negotiating position. You can't ask for a raise, push back on demands, or explore other opportunities. You're stuck, and everyone knows it. $20,000 changes everything. You gain walking away money. You could quit and survive for months, finding something better. Not recklessness, but negotiating from strength, not desperation. This psychological shift impacts your entire career approach. You ask for the raise you deserve. You push back on unreasonable requests. You explore new opportunities, able to take risks. The crazy part, you often don't even use the walking away money. Just having it changes your demeanor at work. You become more confident, assertive, willing to take on challenges. People notice. Better assignments, recognition, more money. It's a secret superpower. Knowing it's there changes everything. This positive feedback loop accelerates wealth building.